परसों उसने इंटरनेशनल डिसेबल्ड डे पे परफॉर्म किया बाकी के चैलेंज बच्चों के साथ.
Principal, firmly trying to maintain control of the discussion. Let's be clear. The role given to your child during the International Day of Disability was not to single her out or suggest that she has any form of disability. It was part of an effort to teach all the children about inclusivity, about respecting people with different abilities. There is no need to jump to conclusion based on incomplete information. Parent, raising her voice, feeling frustrated. I understand your intentions, but what I am concerned about is that my child has worked so hard and yet she feels completely overlooked. She hasn't received any praise from her teachers. She has improved, and I am not hearing anything from you about that. What I saw in the assembly and heard from her about her performance and role was just disappointing. I try to motivate her. I give her every opportunity to succeed, but the school seems to be dismissing her efforts. Understand where my sister is coming from. The child is putting in significant effort. She couldn't sit still for even 15 minutes, and now she is able to focus for over 2 hours with her tutor. She is progressing, and yet the school doesn't seem to acknowledge that. She feels discouraged. We as a family try to push her, but it's hard when the school environment doesn't seem supportive enough. Principal, sighing, attempting to clarify. I hear your concerns and I acknowledge your hard work, but let me explain. The role your child played in the assembly was never about dismissing her in any way. It was a part of our broader educational initiative. We want our students to understand the importance of empathy and inclusiveness. This includes respecting people with different needs, but it does not mean we are labeling anyone. And as for the academic progress, I assure you, we are fully committed to her growth. The information you are receiving seems to be incomplete, which is leading to misunderstanding. Did you check our school website? The details about her role and the event are all posted there. And as for feedback, the teachers work closely with all the students, including your child. Tutor, interjecting formally, trying to offer perspective. I spend hours with this child, and I can see the improvements she is making. I am the one who knows her learning style the best. It's not easy, but she is progressing. I taught her for over 2 hours just last week, and she made significant strides. However, I agree with the parent here. If the school isn't recognizing that progress, it can be disheartening for the child. We need the school's full support in terms of feedback and encouragement. Parent, becoming increasingly frustrated, pointing out her concern. Exactly. She worked so hard, and yet no one even took the time to acknowledge it. You say that she is doing well, but no one is giving her the credits she deserves. I need to know that the school is truly behind her. If we, as parents, aren't getting the support we need, how do you expect us to continue? Principal, now speaking with more authority, trying to end the misunderstanding. I understand your frustration, but let me make one thing very clear. It's not about credit for the child or for the teacher. It's about the child's progress. I have spoken to the teachers, and we all agree that Giti has potential, and we are working with her to unlock that potential. Every child has a different pace, and it's our responsibility to support them in that progress. If there were any lapse in communication, I apologize. But I assure you, we are committed to helping her growth. Cousin, interrupting, speaking more assertively. I appreciate what you are saying, but actions speak louder than words. We as a family are doing everything to assure Geeti succeeds. But we need more transparency from the school. If she is missing out on academic classes, it's not just a matter of motivation. We need to know how you plan to catch up those lessons. I am hearing about learning centers, but what does that actually mean in practice? Parent, exasperated but trying to understand. I just want what's best for my child. I want her to feel confident and proud of her efforts. And I want the school to recognize and nurture that. I don't want her to feel left behind just because she's not the fastest learner. We can't have her going unnoticed. Principal, with finality in his voice, trying to end the meeting on a positive note. I assure you, Geeti is not being overlooked. We are working on improving communication, and I will personally assure that your concerns are addressed. I encourage you to trust in the progress, but also to stay engaged. I am here to support both you and your child, but we need to work together, not against each other. If there are any further concerns, feel free to bring them to me directly. Cousin, softening but still firm. We will, but we expect more clarity and communication from the school. We will be watching closely and assuring that Geeti continues to receive the support she needs. Principal, ending the conversation with a slight note. Thank you for your understanding. I will assure that the teachers and coordinators are more proactive in communicating with you moving forward. We all want the best for your child. Summary. The argument centers around the parents' frustration that their child's efforts are not being acknowledged, while the school principal defends the institution's approach, stressing the importance of partnership and transparency. Both sides express valid concerns about support, communication, and the child's progress, with the conversation ultimately aimed at finding a way to move forward collaboratively.